Sales isn't what you think it is. Most people think it's slimy, sleazy, manipulative. Is it? Is that the case? I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me in FLC.
As you can see here, guys, I am joined by not one. We are joined by not one, but two really special guests on the Hangout today. Thank you, Seb and Shushmita, for being here. I am so super excited. If you guys don't know who these people are, by the way, firstly, where have you been? What have you been doing? Secondly, let's fix that. You got to know who these people are. These, if you don't know, both Seb and Shushmita are part of our beloved FLC team. These people know their can I swear on this show? I don't know, it's my show. Know their shit. I can I make the rules. So if you do know them, you know that we are in for such a treat. If you're not aware of who these people are, get aware of who they are. Before we get into it, by the way, make sure you're following us all on Instagram. They are on the screens now, here, and here. In the yes, Rashmita, you know, in the descriptions below. Make sure if you haven't already to give this video a like, and while you're down there, just swipe a little bit on your computer screen, on your mouse. Hit the subscribe button. Or if it's your first time here, then maybe you can watch the video first. Decide if you like us, and then you can subscribe. Whatever. I don't mind. I don't make the rules. That's up to you. With all that being said, without further ado, Misty, over to you. What are we talking about today?
Oh, we are talking about sales and pyramid schemes and what the difference is. What are the differences? How does sales really work? And what should we be taking away from the art of sales? Because of the fact that we sell every day, right? You may not think so, but in reality, we are. And today, we're going to talk about that and see what we come up with and what if we can change your decision, right? So, so guys, I want to be able to. We know you. We love you guys, but a lot of other people, you know, Seb, Shushmita, you guys have got a lot of fans out there. But there's some people out there who, for some odd reason, don't know who you are. And this is mind-blowing. It's like, why not? We have the Seb on the Hangout. And we have the Shushmita, the alien from another planet. Hey, Shushi. Oh, there's my alarm. Guys, would you guys mind just kind of introducing yourself a little bit? Let the other people know who you are and kind of what we're doing, what you do in FLC. So, shall we start with Shushmita?
How about this? I introduce Seb and Seb introduces me.
How? Just introduce yourself. We'll make him introduce himself.
Okay. So I am Shushmita. I am an alien from a distant planet, but here currently I am living in Bangladesh and I'm a branding expert. I have been working in advertising, brand communication, and media since 2008. In between, I had attempted to launch my own studio that devastatingly failed. Then I got back to old jobs again. And in 2019, I officially joined the godmother of ours, Chivaria. And here we are today with the monsters the godmother brought up. So that's me here.
I just have to put an FYI in there, guys. Shushmita's not really an alien from another planet. Please do not come for her to experiment on her. We love her. We need her. She is from Earth. It's just an inside thing. Seb, would you mind giving us a little bit about you?
I mean,
The
I'll try to follow that.
Seb.
Thank you. I'll try my best to follow that galactic supernova introduction from our resident alien, Shushmita. But I'm a mere human, so I'll do what I can. Do what I can.
You're more like Thor.
So for those that don't know, my name is Seb Williams. I would describe myself as a nerd, full nerd. And for anyone listening to this wondering about sales and marketing and online business and can you be successful if you are a nerd, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can. But you can. Briefly, just for anyone who doesn't know, I went from being bankrupt from minus 50,000 in debt after being a fairly successful wedding musician. I sung at events all around Europe and the UK, and what a great privilege it was to do that. But when the money stops coming in and you're still spending it like you've got it, that recipe doesn't last very long and it doesn't taste very nice. So financial hardships, change of career path from literally singing in people's kitchens and gardens and weddings and events and stadiums and all these things to trying this whole online business thing. I wasn't very good at it at first. Got a little bit better and very blessed to say that I've been able to market 3 million, more than that now in the last 3 years. So hopefully we can share some of that with you today so that you can go and market and sell some of what you want so that you can help people. And we'll obviously unpack like what really is sales and how to do it and make it feel good, because it can and it should.
Yes, absolutely. So good. Thank you guys so much. And just to give these guys a little bit more credit as well. A lot of what I know about business and of what I know about marketing and sales and everything that comes with this is because of the whole team, but these guys too, like both of these guys sitting, and Misty as well. But Misty's always here, so always mention Misty. But Seb and Shushmita, like I've learned so much from just by watching them do the do. So you guys keep tuned in. Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we are going to be talking about like sales, marketing, and why does that have a bad name? I know most people that are watching this right now are probably students of FLC. And if you're not a student, what are you doing, firstly? But you can still stick around, you can still listen. How do I say? Like we said, sales, marketing, business, it has a bad name. And firstly, I actually want to talk about why do we think that is? Why does sales have this bad connotation to it? As soon as you tell people you're in sales, or as soon as you tell people you're an entrepreneur, or you do any of this stuff, you're coaching, people look at you, or they straight away get an idea of what you do, and they make this I can't think of the word, this image of what you are, what you do, and it's normally negative, right? So why do we think sales has that bad connotation to it?
That's the easiest question to answer in the whole wide world.
Go for it.
Because it's one, outside of the norm. We're not brought up in environments in school and education where sales is taught. It's not something we're educated on. And that which we don't understand, we tend to have a bit of resistance to. Second thing is, it is different. It is different. And because of that, we have a lot, well, not because of that, but yeah, maybe because of that, actually. A lot of us have had bad experiences with things we don't understand. Like if we think about, despite the fact that we love to buy, right? We all love to buy. There are things that we absolutely love to buy. I'm not ashamed to say I love my BBC iPlayer subscription. I love my Netflix subscription so I can watch my Doctor Who and all of that. I love to buy, right? I love Apple stuff. Everybody has things that they love to buy. So sales, like, but in terms of, we all have had bad experiences with sales as well, where we bought something that didn't work, or we bought something and it wasn't what we thought it would be, or we've been missold something. Or if you live in England, I don't know what it's like in other countries, you walk down the high street in any town and there's people in the street, typically from insurance companies, that are selling you an insurance that you don't want, need, or understand. And you know, as soon as you walk past them, if you make eye contact for a single second, they're going to try and stop you and sign you up for something. So we don't like that, right? Nobody wants to be sold something that they don't want. So we have these bad experiences when we go, oh, sales, that's not very nice. But what we need to remember is that we all have bought things that we absolutely love. So it's just our perspective and what we're focusing on. We tend to focus on the bad experiences. People only write reviews when they've had a bad experience. Same thing. So when we think of sales, we think of the bad first, usually, because that's not what we've been brought up with our education. It's that simple.
Yeah, so true. You said something as well, that people don't really understand it as well, and people tend to not like what they don't understand, right? Or what they maybe can't do. And I'm saying that because you need, sales is a skill that you practice, and not everyone can do it at first. You need to learn that. It's like, so I can't play football. I can't, there's no way, and Seb knows, there's no way you will ever get me to play football because
Not for a
I
lack of
don't,
trying.
yeah, I don't like playing it because I'm not good at it. If I practiced at it, I would be good at it, and then I would probably like playing it, right? You like what you're good at, you like what you know, and most people don't know what sales actually is. Like you said, you say sales, they think of um, those slimy sales calls you get, or the people walking down the street, or what's that movie? Wolf of Wall Street, like that's what people think of when they think sales. So yeah, I really like whether yeah, sell me this pen. I love Wolf of Wall Street. It's so good, but that's what
Great film.
people already think, and it doesn't have to be that way. And actually, most cases, it's not that way, but people maybe aren't aware of that. But that's what we're here for, to make you aware.
I think a lot of people think sales as well, and they think of somebody selling to them. I know I've certainly felt this. And because you do feel it sometimes, this is absolutely the case. You think the person you're speaking to is trying to sell you something, literally just wants your money. And they're not trying to sell you something that is actually something that you want or something that's going to help you. They just look at you and see money.
Yeah.
And you feel that. And we've all had those experiences, right? But for me, I really liked what you said, Josie, and it reminded me of something. I forget where I heard this before for the first time a long time ago, but it stayed with me. It's like most things in life, sales is a tool, and it's how you use it. Like the same scalpel that a surgeon will use to save somebody's life can also be used by somebody to take somebody's life. That's a bit of a heavy thought, but is the scalpel good or bad? It's how it's used. Is social media good or bad? It's how it's used. Is driving a car good or bad? Like, you get the idea, right? Is sales good or bad? It's how you use it and your intention.
I have something that I want to kind of throw out there and ask about, because Josie mentioned that we don't naturally know how to sell or something like that. I don't remember exact wording. But however, when we're little, we sell really good, right? When we're little kids, we sell really good. We know what we want. We keep asking for it. We just keep what do you call that? I won't say nag. We just
Yeah,
nag
but
until
you're
we get what we
persistent.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very persistent. We know what we want. And then because we're told no so much, we fall out of that practice. And then we get in our head, we can't sell, we can't do this, and we're not good at that. And then so we don't really, we kind of let that go and don't practice that and use it. So wouldn't it, so just getting back into it would be, do you guys see where I'm trying to go with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree.
No, good.
As children, we are selling all the time. When a baby screams, it is selling,
Yeah.
that it's letting you know, hey, I need some food, or I need my nappy changing, or whatever it is. And yeah, we get totally talked out of that because society, again, is not something that sales and business is not part of our education system, at
Mm,
least in 2024 anyway. Who knows, maybe in 10 years when you're watching this on the replay, it might be like, oh, it's different. Ooh, there's an
I
entrepreneur
hope.
class in school. Wouldn't that be fun?
I hope
Um,
so.
yeah, no, it's exactly that. But then the
Yeah.
people who say that as well at the same time, like if you say to me, I don't like sales, or what we hear a lot from students or people that, are thinking about working with us is they say, I want to start my business, but I don't like sales, or I want to start my business, but I don't know how to sell. And what's fascinating about that is that that's such a paradox, it's such a contradiction, and people don't see the irony in it. If you're telling me you can't sell, you are selling me on the idea that you can't sell. You are in the act of sales right there. And you have sold yourself on the idea, so much so that you are now selling somebody else on the idea that you can't do what you're actually doing in the moment. What an absolute load of nonsense. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
That's exactly why I brought it up, because I love the way Seb explains it. It just makes so much sense.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Make it
thing.
make sense.
It's sales isn't just to do with money. Yes, the way that we do business and we teach it, if you're in business, you're entrepreneur and you're in a sales team, yes, you are selling something for money. But that's not what sales, that word is. It's the act of selling something or someone on your idea. Your sales is convincing your kids to eat their vegetables. It's convincing your friends to go watch that movie you want to watch, or it's it's the act of convincing. And I think that word also has a little bit of it.
How do we feel about that word?
Yeah,
I don't like
this
it.
is why I said it. This is why I said it.
For me, sales is not convincing, it's not persuasion. Those are different things. For me, at least. Sales for me is offering a different viewpoint to challenge people's beliefs.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in an aim to empower them to make a different decision or a better decision.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what it boils down to for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not attached to the outcome. Like, if somebody is rooted in their belief, cool. I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you. As long as you're not hurting yourself or other people, go for it. If I think I know something different that can better your experience, especially when people are coming to us like, oh, I'm running Facebook ads and they're not working, and they're selling me on the idea that Facebook ads don't work. It's like, well, I know that they do.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
have many 2 Comma Club awards that say otherwise. So, they don't work? No, they don't work for you. That's your
Mhm.
belief. They work for me. That's my belief. I'm going to show you why they work for me. And if you want to adopt that belief, cool. Then I've effectively sold you on that idea.
Mhm.
I'm not going to persuade you or convince you. If you're not open to it, and you
Yeah.
don't want it, like, that's cool.
I'm
Totally.
I'm so glad you picked up on that. Thank you.
Yeah. That's like, who was it that says it? Is it Eric Ho that, is it Master that says it, or is it, who was it that said it? Or was it Cardone that says, whatever you think is right, even though it's
Yeah.
wrong, you're right.
Is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's what
Shush
you
me.
believe. That's your reality. Who's to say otherwise?
Mm.
Sushi, you're too quiet. What's up? What are you thinking? Sell us on something other than the fact you think you're not good at sales.
I never
What?
said that.
I said,
When?
sell us on
Okay.
something.
Okay. So I was paying extra attention to Seb because I don't get the opportunity of listening to him like this in a podcast where only the three of us. So it's a privileged experience, and I was paying extra attention to that. Uh, I I want to add my advertising and brand communication flavor to what
Please.
Seb said.
Yes.
One thing is, yes, we are not taught sales. We are not educated on the idea of sales since the very childhood. If we look at this from a bit broader perspective, that is negotiation and how to close someone, how to convince someone. So all that comes in. What I have learned in my journey of brand communication and advertisement is that sales has to be an experience. So when Sebs tells someone that, oh, I know you're good at this, that will be one. When Josie says the experience will be different. When Misty says that will be different, when I say that will be different. So everyone can say the same thing, then what causes the difference? I have never seen any salesperson saying, this product is bad, don't buy it. It is bad, still buy it. I've never seen, we all say the same thing, right? So the experience is based on the timing, the personality, yes, all that. Also, the personality of the salesperson on how they communicate their message. So I am in my country, like Seb said, there's you can see insurance people lined up in our country. That happens, like they're practically hawkers. Would you like this insurance? Would you like to open a bank account in our company? And it is not when I have been aware of sales and how people communicate, I started asking them questions. And I would like to blame on the management and the leaders of those companies that they don't train their people. Because when I start asking detailed questions like, what is the privilege that I get with this bank account? Or what is the key point of this insurance company? And they just start saying scripts, other than realizing I am asking for a unique privilege, as all the information are already available to everyone. Insurance does this, bank account does this, credit card does this. So I always stand for individual branding. And of course, this is one thing that makes people not trust salespeople. This is one thing. And another thing is, Seb beautifully said, like, and Josie also said that we don't know, we don't like what we don't know. But magicians like Seb, Misty, and Josie, they find their way to get
Whoa,
into
whoa, whoa. And you. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm gonna come to your house, Shishi. I promise you. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna show up. I'm
Sorry,
gonna
Carrie,
I mean,
my love.
she's
gonna have
married
a
to a
puppy.
magician, so she is the magician's wife.
What?
Okay, so they will find a way into your mind because they form relationship, not just for selling companies, selling things to you or selling packages to you. They actually build a relationship to empower you, and that's why I am from the inside, and we do a little whistleblowing here because I know every one of your conversation. So first thing they come up with is, we have this client right now, and they need this help. How can we help them? It is always the case, always the case. So their currency is a bit higher. What can we do for them? So the discussion goes around that. What can we do for that client? This is the environment that is keeping me here for 5 years, is because one thing in every one of our team member is we form a relationship with a genuine intention to empower them, and people can feel it, right? We wouldn't have this expansion in our FOC community if people couldn't feel it. And we are also not the only one. There are good companies out there. The keynote is they don't explode overnight because they take time to take care of their clients, provide the service. And yeah, I always look for, I am talking from the receiving end, like how I judge salespeople and whom do I go for, whom do I not go for. I think people make decisions on sales on a very surface level, as Josie started. It's not what you think. So on a surface level, yeah, that I don't like sales. They are so pushy. This is annoying. Even I feel that. But true salespeople, they don't sell. They communicate, they relate, they help you. So that is sales at artsy mastery. Then it's really good. And look at Seb, how celebrated he is.
Mm, very good point.
Yeah.
Very good. And you made a really good point about training. Salespeople that aren't trained most of the time will come off as slimy, pushy, salesy, and all these ideas that we have about sales. Yes, because there is an art to it. Like you said, it's an art. It's a skill that you learn. And in my opinion, at least, most of these people that sell this way maybe aren't this to your point as well, Shashmita, maybe aren't fully sold themselves on what they are selling, if you know what I mean. Like coming back to Sev again. Hello, Sev again. Sev is
Seb famous.
really good at sales. I mean, he's you do the marketing and FLC, but it's sales. It's all the same thing, right? But not the
The
what's it
great
called?
debate.
The example. Seb, stop it. The example that comes to my mind is Seb will sell you on an idea that if he believes in something, he will sell you on that idea. The example that comes to mind is recently he sold me on posting more, both posting more on my Instagram, but also recently posting like my dancing and all of this. And we had a conversation about it. And I don't know how you did it, but this is how good he is. He's so sold on that idea of it's a good thing to do. Like spread your joy, spread the happiness, get over that damn fear of posting and do it. He's so sold on that the conversation was just naturally, like you said, it's not convincing me. And this is just an example, but you get the idea, right? He wasn't convincing me to you should post, you should post, you should post. No, he just really believed in that idea that it just came across naturally. I was like, huh, he's right, I should do that. and then now I'm doing it. So yeah, I really like that point. You need to both be trained, you need to practice that art, and you need to believe in what you're selling, you know?
It's interesting that you mentioned that for me, because it was interesting hearing you talk about your perspective of a conversation we had. That's fascinating to me. It's like Inception, mind blowing. But there was two things that came up for me. How many things? Two things. The first was what you said about training. Shashmita touched on it as well. Obviously, it's so true. If I think back to very early in my entrepreneurial journey, I wouldn't have been able to communicate effectively with you my belief on why I think you, and this goes for everybody, like if there's a passion and a joy and a creative thing that you have, it might be something that is just for you and you keep it to yourself. That might be the case. You don't have to post everything. But there's also the very strong likelihood that there will be other people that will find joy or inspiration in seeing your joy and your inspiration. So post it, share it. You know, we've all got a message to be heard. If you know what that message is, why are you not sharing it with people? So selfish. But I would never have been able to communicate in this kind of way 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, never mind 10 years ago. You know, like it is a learned process. And part of that is, I think, learning to detach from the outcome is part of it. Like I know what I believe, and I'm sold on that. Like you say, I'm so sold on that. So I know that it's a worthwhile conversation to have, but it's a conversation where I'm going to present an idea to you. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. You know, unless it's life or death, then I might be a bit stronger in the conversation. But, you know, like I'm detached to the outcome. That's up to you. I'm just going to give you a different perspective that you can choose to view and see how it resonates. Again, that's like my view of sales, but that's been a cultured experience over the last 16 years of being self-employed or something. So, you know, it's like a something that you grow into and you find your rhythm with it. And how I sell is very different to how Josie sells. It's different to how Misty sells. It's different to how Shashmita sells. How I sell is very different to how Shabaria sells. Right? So different, but with the same heart attached to it. It's like, is this right for the person? Is this going to leave people better than we found them? If that's yes, then it's a worthwhile conversation. So that's one thing that came up for me. The second thing is you were talking about sales as an art. And for me, that's only half of the conversation. It's a science and an art. Like if we think about football, there's an art to football or whatever sport you like. There is an, like I think about Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool playing those passes from right back. Why was Southgate not using him in the last, right? Never mind. I'm still traumatized by that, obviously. The last two games for England, he's won man of the match, right? He should have been playing those beautiful passes, right? If I think about Jorginho Rutter last year for Leeds in the Championship, this man brought so much joy to the game, right? You guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about. These names probably mean nothing to you. You can feel like the passion, right? Like these men playing a football against 11 men v 11 men with a little bit of, well, what used to be leather, right? There's an art to that. But there's also a science to it, right? Like how you hit the ball, how you pass, how you stand, how you position your body, how you fuel your body, right? There's fundamental sciences that are the same for every single player on the pitch. But then, and that's the same in sales, right? There are fundamental psychological things that you need to understand about sales if you want to be good at it and not come across as a manipulative, gold digging piece of rubbish, right? Because if you're not good at it, that's probably how you're going to come across. Been there, done that. And I apologize to all those people that I upset with my bad sales back in the day, right? But same thing, right? In sales, there is fundamental science that the more you understand, the better you will be able to play the game. However, when you understand you and you can put your flair into it, that's where the art comes into me. And a lot what we speak about with students all the time, I'm a really big believer of this. And again, it's not for everybody. What I'm about to say, some people think is absolute madness. But for me, it combines the science and the art and brings the two things together. It's frameworks over scripts.
Yeah.
Knowing certain scripts and word tracks and what to say in the right situations is important. So there is quite often a science to why you need to say something at a certain time and how you need to say it. But the how, again, is more of the art. It's the context over the content. It's the delivery of it. But you sound like a robot if you just say the same thing every single time to the same person in the exact same order with the exact same tone. And people can feel that. So if you only ever learn the script and the science, one, I don't think it's going to come across very well, and it will only ever get you so far. But if you dedicate yourself to the art of this thing and the beauty of it, and you put your personality and you into it, your heart into it, you don't need the script anymore. But you understand the framework, you understand the science, you understand why 2 + 2 = 4. But you know how to get to 4 in different ways. 3 + 1. 1 + 1 + 1. You get the idea, right? I think that's the most important thing for me.
Oof. Oof. That was good. Context over content. Seb's a big one of that, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
It's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up sorry, I want to bring up a kind of a subject here that I think a lot of people are thinking about. Sorry.
You will be.
Sorry.
You should be.
So right, I am. Trust me.
Apology accepted. Apology.
Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm very passionate about this. I'm very sorry. Okay, so my question is a lot of people are probably thinking about sales as pyramids. It's a pyramid scheme. And I want to bring that up. What do you guys think about that? How does that play in with the sales? Is there a difference in this the whole different pyramid things, or is it just all really slimy and bad and we don't need it?
Thank you for bringing this up. Because let's talk pyramid scheme. Seb and I had a lovely conversation about this once, right? About kind of like the conversation we just had around sales, but pyramid scheme theme. Pyramid scheme themed. Yes, I also think when you say sales and you talk about this kind of stuff, people think pyramid schemes. And I say that from personal experience. I have definitely, and it's definitely not just me. Um, I know that Seb's had this too from the conversation we've had, and I know that probably most people that in this space have had this. When I started sales business, when I started in FLC, I got it from friends and family, and they mean well, most of the time. But I got it like, oh, you're a professional scammer. A friend came up to me and was just from a place of worry, like, oh, Josie, this looks like a pyramid scheme. And actually, at first, because I wasn't as educated or around this subject as I am now, I was like, oh God, like, what if it is a pyramid scheme? Now, so, yeah, it kind
I'm
of
in the
is.
pyramid. Oh no,
I know. Let's talk about that, Seb. Seb, I
I'm
know
in
that
a cult.
yeah, I know you have some
I've heard
opinions
that
on
one.
this.
I've heard that one. I think you're being scammed. You're in a cult. It's like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. So it is sales a pyramid scheme?
No, it can be, but no. No, again, it comes back to the scalpel, right? It's the tool and how are you using the tool. And some people use sales in what my definition of right is, just empowering people, helping people. And as a byproduct of that in a capitalist world, there's money involved. Duh. It's not a surprise. It's
Mm-hmm.
business, right? No one begrudges going to Tesco and paying for your meal deal. Oh my God, they made profit on my meal deal. Oh no. Pyramid scheme. Oh no. Oh, I'm so right. The cashier didn't get paid as much as the manager, who didn't get paid as much as the regional manager, who didn't get paid as much as the area manager, who didn't get paid as much as the director, who didn't get paid as much as the CEO, who didn't get paid as much as the owner. That sounds an awful lot like a pyramid. Oh no, I bought my meal deal. I'm in the pyramid scheme. I'm a bad person. I'm never going to eat at Tesco's ever again. Good grief. Right? It's perspective understanding, right? It's very important.
Yeah.
My question to you, and everybody listening to this, is give me a clear, concise answer. And I can tell you, but I'm curious if you can tell me, because it comes back to understanding what we were speaking about at the beginning. People are rightly worried about pyramid schemes because they exist and they're very, very bad. The likelihood is what you think is a pyramid scheme isn't one. So can you define for me what a pyramid scheme is? Can you tell me concisely?
Mm.
Most people can't. I can tell you. I can tell you. A pyramid scheme is a pyramid structure where people at the top get paid more, but that's most businesses anyway. But it's where a product is not involved and it is just purely the movement of money. You're selling money to make money. So I might say to Josie, hey, come and join my business opportunity. It's $500. And for Josie paying $500, what does she get? Nothing. An opportunity. But I make $250 and the person who brought me in makes 100, and it goes, the money trickles up. But there's no product. Josie doesn't get anything for that, apart from the fact that she can now go to Misty and say, hey, Misty, join this thing for $500. Josie gets 250 because I brought Josie and I get 100. What does Misty get? Nothing but the chance to sell Shushmita. There's no product. It's just money trickling up, and that is completely unsustainable, obviously completely unethical. And that's why these things don't last and people hate them, because they are quite rightly a load of, I'm not going to do a Josie and swear, rubbish, right? That's what pyramid schemes are. And that's why people are rightly like, hey, don't like those. Good. I'd be worried if you did. I'd be really, really worried if you did. So many businesses adopt a pyramid style model because it makes sense, right? If you're the owner of a company, of course you should get the most money. It's your company. No one's going to begrudge you for that. Now, if you're not paying all the other people properly, yeah, there's going to be a problem, right? But that's just how this capitalist world that we find ourselves in works. So if you don't like that, you probably don't like capitalism. That's a whole different question to pyramid schemes, right? It's this transactional society we live in where money is the currency that we use to trade. That's all it is. That's absolutely all it is. If there's a product involved and the product is good, it's not a pyramid scheme.
I think we should start bartering with squirrels. Live squirrels, though. Not. I don't want dead ones.
Squirrels.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of squirrels
What did the
lately.
squirrels
so
ever
Oh,
do?
you did say squirrels.
Is that what she said?
What?
Squirrels?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
What is this strange world we find
Here
ourselves in?
here in the town I live in, we have squirrels everywhere, and we have
What am I gonna
squirrel
do with 12
bridges all over
squirrels?
town. Huh?
What am I going to do with 12 squirrels?
Barter them for something else.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I
Hey.
could buy a new car.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let's just barter with squirrels. They have to be alive though, because we don't want to bring harm to anything. We just want to use them to barter and feel fuzzy, fluffy things that feel nice, you know. Shouldn't be
Well,
that.
the tails are very fuzzy and fluffy. It's just we want to hear from you as well. But oh, sorry, Misty, were you
No, I'm fine.
to
I
say
just keep thinking squirrels. I had a squirrel plant a walnut in one of my flower pots out front, and now I've got this tree that's like.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's cute.
Yes,
That's
but
really
now what am I going to do with it?
Ah, eat the walnut. I don't know. What does a tree
Walnuts
from
make-
walnut grow?
A walnut tree grows you need to Google. Google is
I
your
don't know what a
friend,
walnut
Josie.
tree is.
A walnut tree grows very, very big. It will not fit in that pot.
Oh,
Oh,
And
I'm
it will
surprised it even
take,
started growing in a pot.
yeah. Well, I was too. I had tulips in there, and now I've got this walnut that's kind of like,
that's
dear.
funny. Yeah. It's just me too. I want to hear from you, obviously. But Seb, you reminded me of I love this reel that you posted. I actually might reshare this reel on my story when this comes out. Of that, if I do like this and I do like this, it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
It was so true. It's the top, then it's the managers, then it's the staff, and
And then it's the
it just
customers who are also part of the pyramid scheme.
yeah, true, yeah. Like, but it just blows my mind of how, and I've had this comment from a friend in a sense of worried way, like I just want you to be okay. And I've had it from someone else in a sense of what you're doing is bad, just wouldn't listen to anything I had to say. So I've had both. I've had it from a sense of love and I've had it from a attack. But what blows my mind is, okay, so what I'm doing is a pyramid scheme, apparently. Okay, fine. You're in a job, right? You're in a job, you do this. Okay. Who hired you? Oh, the boss, the CEO. Oh, okay. Who do you work under? Oh, a manager. Okay. Who do you serve? Oh, customers. Okay. So 2 + 2 is 4. Carry the oh, newsflash. Come here. That's a pyramid. Like it blows my mind. Anyway, Shashmita, you're unmuted, darling.
I'm unmuted. And I don't have anything to add to what you three discussed, other than the squirrel. I love it. But yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. One thing I just want to emphasize is the scam pyramid schemes that people talk about. Someone who's watching, if any of you have experienced or any of you have, the question that what is the difference? How do we know that's the scam pyramid scheme and you guys are doing the good thing? How do you know? Number one, the scammers, they play on your impulse and they will create intergalactic view in your mind, like by tomorrow morning, you will get 10x. In 1 year, you will get 100x and your life will be changed. And all you have to do is to just invest money. That's it, right? And given the structure that Josie just explained, we all get that pyramid is a structure. Even if you join our program, you will learn how funnels work. That's like a pyramid, like one on top, and then how we, like the foundation and the base of the company, it will always be. But how do we know this company or any company is not a scammer? number one, they won't give you all spiritual, intergalactic, supernatural, or by tomorrow morning, your dream lifestyle. They will not. They will give you a certain guideline. Like in this, from this, you can have this. For us, that is freedom lifestyle through financial abundance. And then another thing is, all you have to do is to just invest money. It will be 10x. And you will know in our company or any other company that may seem like scam, but not scammers, is that you will have to do hard work that none of us want, right? Even I don't want. So it's not like you invest the money by tomorrow or by the end of this year, you get your freedom lifestyle and you will get, our project title is 1 million in 1 year, but it's not like you just give a certain amount to us and by the end of this year there will be $1 million in your account. No, that's not how it works. You can get our services. Our experts will guide you through the process, and our beautiful angelic monsters will be there at all times to help you with any questions. You have to learn how to close people for your business over and over and over again, and we have our experts for that. So whenever you feel like you don't have to do anything, just like a dream come true, your life will change, that's a scam. Usually, I won't speak for all of them, 99% of the time, that's a scam. And whenever you see something like, oh, why doesn't it happen tomorrow? It means maybe they're actually adding some training, they are guiding you, they're training you, so actually you can empower yourself toward a certain goal. And one thing, I don't know, is it okay if I bring up, you all know that I am dying, my internal brain is translating everything. Is it okay if I bring up some, let's just say controversial things? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a good controversial? Is it gonna be...
Okay, so Gen Z is always excited about controversies. So okay, you know that in the current world, plastic surgeries, cosmetic surgeries, and artificial enhancement are getting explosive, right? So audience, you will see. And that happened in the last decade very radically. Before that, or even from, like, I am from a billion years ago, but let's say Seb's era, it wasn't that as explosive as it is now, right? And even then, no one used to think like, I need bigger lips, I need stronger jaw. No one, very few people were like that. Now I am going towards the tunnel of controversy. So the plastic surgeons who do that, did anyone ever say, like, these are evil plastic surgeons, they are making me believe? The ones who do, they actually make people believe that you need it. It will enhance your life. When you look like this, it will enhance your life. People pay millions of dollars to get those procedures done to their own body, which, according to scientific facts, is harmful. When you are putting so much artificial elements inside your skin, inside your body, that is harmful. So when you start believing that actually that will be life-changing without you doing any work, without taking care of yourself, just magically someone can do that, 90% of the times that is either scam or something, let's just say not good. But someone who is saying that eat healthy, work out, do good work for others, sleep timely, that seems boring. They seem boring. But when they say you can make millions and millions of dollars if you keep working hard, usually 90% of the times they are actually helping you, because they are not giving you away. They are making you prepare. So thank you for letting me share some controversial things. I was dying. Yeah. Thank you.
You're so awesome, Shishmita. We love it when you add controversy every once in a while. That's awesome. So, guys, we're so enjoying this conversation. It's been so awesome having you guys here. it's time to kind of wrap up here. So let's hear what kind of nuggets you guys have to tell people and advice you want to say to people for them to who are maybe looking at sales or a pyramid scheme and or something. So is there
Now or
anything
forever hold your peace.
Yes, speak now. Now, darn it.
Just
I
any
want to ask a question. I want to add a question. Sorry, Josie, I interrupted you.
oh
If any of you watching right now, any of you are already founder of a company or a CEO of a company, let us know, how do you train your salespeople or how do you hire salespeople? Because as I shared, that I don't blame bad salespeople. I blame their companies for not training them, for not understanding them and hiring according to their capacity. So please let us know that what do you think is the right decision when it comes to hiring, and if you already invest in training them, or you want trained people, how do you do that? Please share in the comment.
Yes. Awesome. Got anything there, Seb?
2 things.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, first thing, if you've taken value, and I mean you watching this or listening to this, however you're consuming this podcast today, do yourself a favor and pay the rent. Smash a like. Subscribe. Don't be a banana. Be nice. Do it. You made it this far in the video. Take 2 seconds. Do it. Thank you very much. Unless you're driving, then do it when you pull up. All right?
Yep.
Thank you. These ladies, they do a fantastic job, Josie and Misty, producing these hangouts every single week. Can we clap it up for them? And can we show our appreciation by paying our rent? I think so. Absolutely. Shushmita, a pleasure to be joined by such a wonderful alien as always, with her intergalactic views on our lowly human plane. And my final thought is this, is that, and this is something that people can take hopefully with them for so much more than just sales. How am I perceiving it? How am I understanding it? How am I experiencing it? How do I figure out what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong? Is the difference between fault and responsibility. Like so much more than sales, but it can be applied hugely here as well. It might not be your fault that you don't understand sales. It might not be your fault that somebody sold you something that was a scam, or that was bad, or that didn't work, or whatever. That might not be your fault. You might have done everything right there and got into that deal in good faith, and you know you did all your due diligence and you weren't at fault. But by George, is it your responsibility not to let that sour your perception of what sales is? You know? You're going to tell me you're going to judge every single salesperson in the world because you found one bad person? Huh? What? Right? It's like going to, like, I'm not a big fan of the dentist. I like the dentist I have now is fantastic. He's so funny. He's brilliant. Love it. I think we can all say we've been to a dentist we didn't like. Maybe. People have it's a very it's a Marmite situation, a dentist, isn't it? Does that mean all dentists are bad? Does it mean that dentist was bad, or maybe you just caught them in a bad moment? Your fault and responsibility, right? Between determining one good situation from another, one bad situation from another, and not allowing that to taint your whole perspective of a situation, right? It's not your fault you weren't educated on sales growing up in school, in the education system. But then if you're now going around hurting people because of your misunderstanding of something, that is absolutely your responsibility. So educate yourself. Or shut up.
Amen. Absolutely.
Josie.
Me, hi. I want to exactly what these guys said, exactly what Seb just said, exactly what Shushmita said, exactly what Misty said.
Say everything the three of us just said word for word.
Okay, bet. How much time do we have? No, I want to firstly thank you guys, Seb and Shushmita, so much for being here. Like, we really, really appreciate both of you so much for taking this time and sharing your knowledge. Like, didn't I say at the beginning that these guys knew their stuff and had some golden nuggets to drop? Was I right or was I right? You can go subscribe now. Thank you very much. But I hope if we did nothing else, we at least enlightened your idea or your perception of what maybe sales actually is a little bit. And even if you feel a little bit, just this much more educated on actually what sales is, what salespeople do, the fact it is a science and an art, like Seb so beautifully explained, that's, I feel like, our job done. If you feel a little bit more enlightened around this area, and feel free to stay enlightened. Go watch some other episodes. We've talked about this before. We've talked about all things to do with business. So have a scroll. Have an enlightenment scroll. But yes, thank you so much. And that's me, over and out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Like these guys are saying, you want to like, comment, share, and hit that little button, that little bell button. There's a couple that have their own YouTube channel and TikTok, and they call that notification button the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. So hit that, make it ring for you every time we post something. I hope you guys got a lot from this episode. If you haven't, rewatch it, pay attention, take notes. Yeah, Seb's, he's got the idea.
That's my
Also-
sales bell. I ding it when I make a sale. Just FYI.
Ooh, we need video of that. Ting. There you go. Also, guys, so if you want to go back and watch some of our other episodes, like Josie mentioned, there is a lot of good, really good nuggets in everything that we've done. There is something to learn from everywhere, from everyone. We've had a lot of amazing people on. So guys, with that being said, we're going to end today. We will be back next Sunday or next week. I think we've changed the day that we are uploading, so watch out for that. So we'll be back then. Until then, keep learning. And like we say here from FLC, welcome to the family. Well, once your family for life. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.